Hey folks, it's Lindsay Huddleston with SPS back in the building over at DEFY in Ypsilanti, outstanding mentoring program. I'm sitting here with the executive director, Mr. Stanford. Stan, if you're cool with him. Wilkinson, my guy, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Hey
Doing
man,
good,
you've
good.
been doing nothing but great things since the moment I met you. You've had this aura and this shine, a quiet strength about yourself. But when you get a chance to sit down and talk to you, and you open up and share about what you got going on, nothing but great things. So tell me where we are and what are you doing behind this big oak desk with all these great technology-driven opportunities here in this facility in Ypsilanti.
Yeah, we're here. We're here at our facility, DeFi program, along with I'm also the vice president of Unite STEM, in Inc. And so we're based on mentoring, financial literacy, career development, and then also the STEM piece of it deals with, we extend our reach to pretty much everything that involves the STEM education field. So,
Wow.
robotics, coding, gaming, you name it. We try to offer that here and just continue to be a resource, for our students who haven't yet had the privilege or access to, you know, the materials that they need to excel in those fields.
Well, the resources are definitely here. You took me on a walk through, and I got dizzy and tired, man, by walking around, seeing all the great things you have. I want to go back for a second, talk about our common connection, and it's ironic that it's the birthday of the gentleman that brought us together, which is Horatio Williams. Shout out to
Abs-
Horatio.
Absolutely.
Talk
Shout
about your
out to
relationship
H.
with him and how he has influenced you, just like he's influenced me in starting down this path.
Yeah, so I mean, when I first started made the decision that this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? I did my research. Of course, you gotta study people and things and organizations that are similar to
If
yours.
you want to be successful, because a lot of people don't do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I just did my homework. And Horatio Williams Foundation was one of the foundations in Detroit who was a pillar in the community and has been actually making impact over 20 years now. And then once I actually got connected with Horatio, well, he found out like my family and a bunch of folks that that my family, they've been connected before I was even born. You know what I mean? So it's
It
like
all came out the
small,
woodwork
all
then.
came together. But I mean, since I've connected with him, man, he's presented me. He's been a great mentor. He's a lot of people think the space we're in is a big competition, but he's given me all the game and the tools and everything he knows. He shares it with me. So
Hmm.
I'm definitely appreciative for that. Any opportunity that he has, he puts me in a room with variety of different people and make networking connections. So I'm very happy to have him as a mentor. Very happy I stand on his shoulders when it comes to philanthropy and the work that we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny you say that because he is just everything you say, of course, and it's not a competition. And so many people will think that there is, but it's not. And he's so welcoming. But you talk about being in this space now as executive director, doing great things. But you've been very candid about your background and your past and from whence you came, and totally different from the lifestyle you lived some time ago when you were navigating the streets, if you will. You were open about what you've been through, near brush with death. Talk about, going from what you went through early on in your years to be able to make this change and be at this point right now. I think it's a story a lot of people can be inspired by.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I don't hold it's no secret to and what I've done and what it took to get to where I am because my triumph from tragedy is not just me overcoming it, but my ability to be able to help others through my story, and the things that I've been through. So yeah, just I mean, just like any kid, just come to the fork in the road, and sometimes we go the wrong way. You know what I mean? And I did that. I went off to college for a couple of years, came back home, and like I said, after we had a conversation before, I came home and my folks, they was balling out of control, and I'm at college, man. I'm trying to calling home for $20 trying to get some food. I'm like, man, this is a whole different, like they rolling down here. So I found that the fast way to things, it was appealing to me, just like everybody else who
And how old were you at this time, approximately?
man, probably about 20, 20,
Ooh,
21 or
ooh,
something like
yeah,
that. Yeah, so it's feeling good. I thought it was good at the
yeah.
time.
So you
So
got in the game, and you were honest. You say, not quite 50 Cent style, but you say you took 5 shots.
yeah, man, yeah. So it
I'm not
wasn't.
talking about shots of tequila.
I wish it was 5 shots of tequila, but no, but yeah, it's just a unfortunate event. I wasn't like in gang banging or nothing like that, but it's just kind of the wrong place at the wrong
Is
time.
that? Can you argue? Can someone say that's what comes with this, that lifestyle?
Absolutely, yeah. That's what it comes. I mean, yeah, that's one of the biggest things that it comes with. Just being at risk to anything that could happen, whether it's being shot, whether it's being killed, whether it's being robbed, whether it's
Hmm.
somebody you're close to, something happening to them. So it comes with a lot of disappointments
Yeah.
and setbacks, but we made it out.
Yeah, I want to stay on that for a second as we transition back to the great things you're doing with
Yeah.
DeFi. When I came in here, there was a stack of papers about the size of a phone book of research you're doing, some dissertation research you're doing.
Mhm.
So, to the person who may be in the life or have been in the life and they want to get out or they're out, what can you say to encourage them? One, that there's another life for you, but two, you still putting in work. I mean, you still are working by the sweat of your brow. It's not just all glamour and glitz in the sense you're putting in work. Like, I'm a PhD student and I'm looking at the stuff that, I got to have done in some years, and you sitting right here combing through it
Yeah.
like every day. So, talk about the work that has to be done, but it's just probably safer and probably more fulfilling.
Yeah, well, it's tough. I would say it's tough, especially when you're doing well. Doing well in that life and in that game.
And you say doing well, you're saying that as being able to acquire things, have things.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's tough, and it's tough, and I always said nobody want to quit while they're winning, and that's with anything in life.
Nobody wants to
Quit
quit
while
while
they're
they're
winning.
winning.
Exactly. So a
Wow.
lot of times it takes something, whether tragic or something very unfortunate, for somebody to get a wake up call. You know what I mean? And then
The term that I would use, it's a 50 Cent word, and I only use it every now and then, but it takes a cataclysmic event.
yeah,
Something that is so huge
yeah,
and life changing. In this
hmm
particular case, it was life threatening
yeah,
that made that happen.
yeah, and that's that's the wake up call about it. But it's tough. I mean, even after certain things, it's tough because you have, once you're living like that, it's fast. So you have a certain reputation to uphold. You have a certain
Mm.
standard to uphold. You have you know um, a certain lifestyle to sustain and maintain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so
Let's stop there
it's
for a second. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty and the transparency. You say certain standards, certain lifestyle, etc. But all those things are really man made when you
absolutely.
talk about a standard, but it's so a part of your personality at the time that you would probably struggle with it. I'm sure some people out there probably struggle with it too. Man, they can't see me looking like this. But
Mhm.
it's like, it's really a man made expectation that you have for
Right.
yourself. You talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit?
Yeah. So yeah, it's like you said, it's man made, and man. Like you said, you're moving so fast. You're moving so fast that you don't even have time to just sit and think and be like, man, what am I doing? You
Hmm.
know what I mean? So it's like you're moving fast. So it takes, like I said, it goes back to what we were just talking about. Sometimes it takes something to slow you down.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's very unfortunate.
Hmm.
Guys go to jail for 20, 25 years and they like, yeah, I got a lot of time to think right now. I should have
Yeah.
been, should
Yeah.
have been stopped doing this. But
Yeah.
what I can say is, I mean, Detroit and just like any other city, man, those guys who are defined as the hustlers or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? That same, as bad as it is, it's the people that are in the position to do well and be a resource and a provider in that space. You know what I mean? It takes a certain type of thinking. So the thing is like, if you can just transition that same hustle
Sure.
into a different
Sure.
lane, you can still be
Yeah,
you can
because
still be
and
great.
you kind of got into my head on that. It takes a CEO mindset. You were running a small
Right,
business, a
right.
profitable small
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
because if you weren't abiding by the street rules or the rules of the game, your business wouldn't be profitable. You
Absolutely.
found profit, and it took that to continue to be happening for you to continue it. You just had, basically whether it was a corporate takeover or something that came in and kind of changed that.
Mm.
So young men and women out here do have the ability to do it, but it's all about being able to accept and still put the work in going forward. I don't want to make that the whole story. I think that's a significant part of your story.
Mm.
I do want to get back to the great things you're doing with DEFY.